shit. Is everybody here and present and accounted for?
Jimmy T? I'm here. Jimmy T's here.
Alpha, you here?
They can hear us now, brother. I'm here.
Thank God. That's what I'm talking about.
Do we got any double echoes, any triple echoes, anybody saying we can hear Alpha 1, 2, 3, and we can hear Ricky Reed up there saying hello. How you doing? Is the audio pretty good? Is the audio pretty good? Or are we hearing double? Or are we hearing double?
I hear double everything, brother.
All right, double everything. But
that's because I'm hearing you talking and then I'm hearing the thing. It sounds good to me.
Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
what y'all think about this AEW revolution?
This man right here is going to tell us a little bit about what just went down. Because
can you believe
I'm hot.
We just went through 2 damn good shows by AEW in a week's time.
Let me get an alpha in the chat. I
can believe it, brother. You know what, though? This seemed like a little bit of a, I don't know, what do you call it? Como se dice, they had a really big show on the weekend, and this one was like a rebound.
Well,
say reset?
Yeah.
Reset?
I got to tell you guys something. You ever hear that song from Andrew WK, The Party Hard?
Yeah, Party Hard.
I'm telling you, these guys party hard when they go out on that boat. They got on that cruise ship. They come on back from that cruise ship. They have one of the weakest cards ever right after that cruise ship, okay?
Promo card.
Yeah, and now you got one of the most amazing pay-per-views Jimmy T's ever laid eyes on, and we come on back and we have one of these cards here that's just I'm always happy to see new faces, but the excitement coming off of Revolution, it was off the charts, and I was so ready, and Jimmy T was so ready to come on out, smoke his pipe, and say, "Give me that corn."
Yeah.
Give me that corn. But what did we get? We didn't get no goddamn corn.
We didn't get what we wanted.
We got Leva.
Just got the cob, right?
Just got the cob. We got Leva Bates and her master. And what are they doing over here? They're over here saying, I study in books. Who reads books?
I read all the books, brother. Name any book.
You see that's hey Alpha.
Moby Dick.
Name any. That's a good book, brother.
You see that sleeve?
Yeah.
James and the Giant Peach.
It's an all right book, brother.
Take a look at that sleeve.
Jimmy Crack Corn.
Take a look at that sleeve. Right there.
What about it?
Babyface. And the heel. Right on the top of my head, right underneath my hat.
Oh, shit.
You see.
That custom. Where'd you get that at, brother? And what code you use to get 40% off?
What I did was I went on over to sleeves.com. Now to make sure they all understand. Let
me write this down. Sleeves. How you spell that?
S.
S.
L. E.
E.
S. F. S.
SLEEFS.com.
Yes.
And then you use Backlog 40 at checkout to save 40% off your order. Is that what you're saying, brother?
Yes, you can. You can downgrade down to 40% if you want, and you get yourself, and you can't use that for a custom thing, so I had to pay full price for that. The custom is...
Wait, you can't use that for custom?
No, you can't.
What kind of code is this?
It's a 40% off code. It's you can't stack it.
Sounds like a corn code.
It's a corn code.
40%'s a damn good code, and if you don't use it, you're going to be paying full price guaranteed.
Now, I want to drop something on both of you before we get to the beginning of this show. I want you to think, okay, we don't have this. This is not an of the week. This is not something that we're going to really dive too deep into. But I want you to think along the way, who did we miss? Who did we miss over the last couple of weeks? Who have we not seen? Who wasn't on Revolution? Who wasn't on the build-up to Revolution? Who wasn't there last night? And who was...
The Exalted One and Sean Spears.
Well, Sean Spears was on. He actually finally made his presence again. But just think about that as we go along, because there's a couple of names that stand out to me pretty high. And, I think it's good to recognize, because sometimes they push these storylines. We talk about storylines of the week every week. And sometimes these storylines just disappear. So I want to bring that up as we go along.
Okay.
So to set the tone here, we had ourselves Revolution, right? Revolution was one of the classic pay-per-views where we got to see Nyla Rose come on out, defend her title for the first time. And she absolutely squashed the Statlander. And that's all we need to do, talk about that match. That match is over, that match was done, and that's it. Okay, she beat her. And that's it. Now, how about that tag match?
Woo!
Damn.
Now,
That was a good match.
I know everybody listening. We have 5,000 viewers watching. Well, I know we're talking about Dynamite tonight, but that tag match, one of the best tag matches I've ever seen in my life.
Hell yeah.
Gosh, damn right. That was better than any Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian, any Hardy Boys versus Dudley Boys. Better than all that, brother.
Exactly. And we talk every week, and Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega, every week they almost get that storyline of the week. And we got to see a build-up, but we did not get to pop. Okay? Quote of the month from the Alpha. If you come, I'm going to pop. I didn't get to pop. Okay? I didn't get to see it. Now.
I'm going to bust.
You're going to bust. Ricky's going to pop.
Get it right.
That's
damn right.
Well, at least he's paying attention, everybody. You know what I'm saying? But think about this for a second, okay? We built up for weeks and months. We got to see Kenny Omega just wonder what's going on with his tag team partner. They're going against their best friends. Not the best friends, but their best friends. And at the end of the match, after just one of the most devastating matches we've ever seen in our lives, you got yourself Hangman Adam Page. Puts his hands on the ropes. And I got to tell you, I never noticed this before that. Every time he does it, one hand over, one hand under. Slingshots himself in. And I love it. And so he did that. He was going to do it. What do you think? Do you think he was going to hit Omega and chickened out? Or do you think he said, we just want a fucking match. Let's wrap it up, go out back.
He finally embraced Omega afterwards, so it was kind of like he was wrestling in his mind. But then he did his first hug ever on Kenny Omega.
That is true.
Sure wasn't a beer goggles.
It might have been. Now, the reason I isolate this storyline because I think it really follows into last night. Okay, last night we got to see a whole lot of shenanigans going down. But out comes during it, and I'm diving deep into this card. Okay, we don't necessarily have to jump in. I think this tag match was so important to the constant storylines of the weeks and this and that. And now you got yourself halfway through last night's card. You got yourself QT Marshall versus Jake Hager in the corner of QT Marshall. You got yourself the Dustin Runnels Rhodes Dust. And you got yourself
Dustin Rhodes.
Brandy Dust.
Brandy Dust?
Yep. And out comes a clusterfuck at the end of that match because QT Marshall stood absolutely no chance against Jake Hager. If QT
Why did they do that matchmaking like that, brother?
I don't know.
Are they trying to push this QT Marshall? Because
did you see that tweet?
That's not the way you push somebody.
Did you see that tweet from the man? Dustin, he says he's taking it after his loss because he lost to Jake Hager. It was a good match, pretty good match, but Jake Hager tapped him out, put him to sleep. And Jake Hager, he took a couple bumps. He seems like a man to take a punch in the face. And Ricky, you've seen him over there in that OOFS organization. And
you talking about Bellator?
He's not in the OOFS?
No.
Huh. Well,
what you talking about, yeah?
Yeah. So Jake, he come on out and he beats QT Marshall pretty handedly, and of course Dustin's out there. We got ourselves Matt Jackson comes on out, Inner Circle's coming on out. Everyone's just going absolutely nuts. And Alpha, tell us who came on out to save the day.
I think you introduced them the best. Go ahead and tell us who came out, and then I'll tell you what happened. I hate your ass, but you do that pretty well.
And I wore this hat.
He came out.
I wore this hat just for him, Hangman.
He did that buckshot clothesline straight to Jake Hager.
James Hager it is. He took that shot. He went straight down. You see the back of his head hit the table, the chair right in that ring. I bet you he didn't know that was coming. I bet you that probably hurt more than anything he ever took.
That was nice seeing him do that to old Jake Hager, wasn't it?
It was. That was a clean too. He was across the ring. He did that buckshot right over front flip, wham, gave him that lariat, and then he just cleaned house. And Ricky,
he took everybody out, and then he started doing the best damn thing. But hey, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Did they have a picture-to-picture on what you were watching?
What do you mean picture-to-picture?
Where they do the commercial and the show at the same time, brother.
Yeah, I can't follow that when they do that shit.
They did have it on there, though. That was the first time I had ever seen that on my thing. I had picture-to-picture go.
Yeah, so, they have it a lot on my TV.
That was my first time I ever had it. So as on the picture-to-picture during the commercial, he starts gathering up every single drink in the whole damn bill. How many do you think he had when he walked out of there?
He had a six-pack in his hand.
At least.
Couple of
I thought he had 12 or 14.
Now for Buddhists and everybody else listening out there, Hangman Adam Page, he's a cowboy. The audience just loves this man, and it just kind of naturally occurred, okay? He comes on out, and he's fighting with his own tag team partner. He's fighting with his own friends. He had a team, a clique, a four-person group called the Elite. And now they're fighting each other. 2 versus 2. Tag team titles on the line. You got yourself Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. You're just not meshing very well. You have one of the best matches the other day that everyone has ever seen in their lives. And now you have yourself the aftermath. And Adam Page walking down the ring, just cleaning house to anybody who comes in his way.
I forgot to mention what he did to Matt. What'd he do to Matt, brother?
He said, "Fuck you," right to his face. And that solidifies the storyline to me. I think that progresses the storyline. And I think one of the things I think is that Matt and Nick Jackson are going to be the heels of that feud, because the crowd, and just like Stone Cold, okay, Vince McMahon come along, he said, we got this guy, he's really mean, and people love him, but he's a bad guy. Don't change. Be a bad guy. Get out there, get the heat. And he didn't get the heat, he got the what? What? Everyone loved him. Everyone loved everything about him. And now you got Adam Page. He's coming out. He's just stealing people's drinks out of the crowd. Give it to me. Motherfucker, give it to me. Points right at the people. The people got a fucking $25 drink right in their hand. And you think they're going to say no? They have to say yes. Because everyone in the crowd beat the shit out of him if they say no. So he's, well, fucking, here's a $25 drink. Just gives it to him. He's walking out. He's literally doing this with his can of cream cone. And he's just walking out. And that look on his face, was priceless. For those of you who didn't get to see it, go ahead and just do a little Google search on Adam Page carrying out 25, 35, 45 beers. Just search for something like that. And tip my hat off to Adam Page. He made me laugh this week. He was only there for just a few minutes. But, that whole segment, it was about Adam Page, okay? Just like that whole match, the whole tag match was about building Adam Page. This whole segment didn't even include Adam Page until he came out. Does his fucking buckshot lariat, takes out the one man no one's ever been able to take out. That's Jake Hager. QT Marshall over here chewing on a green apple. His logo's a red apple. We already talked about this. Adam, where's Dustin, the veteran? He can't do nothing. Hangman Page does everything. And that's why.
He's fucking 50 years old. What do you want?
It doesn't matter. He's out there saying, it posted on Twitter, I'm here to defend QT Marshall. QT Marshall is the future. What the fuck is he talking about? He says he
ain't going nowhere with that gimmick.
He says he's going to tag with QT Marshall, and
not a damn person. I'll tell you that.
the only way I find that to work is if they just make this an utter joke.
I was watching a Jake the Snake YouTube video, and then an ad popped up, and I thought it was a QT Marshall ad. It ended up being an Applebee's ad, brother.
Now you just did something.
Oh my God.
Now that we're done talking about Adam Page, I can put away my cowboy hat.
Let's not get into Jake the Snake yet. All right, How about first what we do is talk about that promo right off the rip.
There we go. Let's go from the beginning of the show. Coming right off the jump, we got Jon Moxley coming out, addressing a crowd, and Jericho with his brand new Le Championship belt, man. What did y'all think about that promo? What did you think about that, Alpha?
So he came out and he basically said the exact same thing he said at the end of Revolution. This one's for you. Oh, you guys out there, this is for you. You guys built this. You guys brought. You couldn't come out with a different. I mean, you're literally using the same promo at the end of the episode, at the end of the pay-per-view. No, that kind of disappointed me. I know John can handle that mic, brother. Come out with a little bit different material and then lay it on the inner circle. What do you think?
I'm going to say, Rick, I want to ask you, because you have this knowledge inside your head, and it's a pretty good thing when it comes to wrestling. But who does he remind you of? Because I can't think of anybody. It seems like he wants to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Seems like he wants to be Bret the Hitman Hart. Seems like he wants to be Terry Funk. I don't know. I can't put a dot on him. But it's weird because he comes on out, and the crowd just absolutely loves him. And I was never watching I didn't watch the wrestling when he was big over there in WWE. So when the Shield formed, I didn't see any of that. I came in tail end of that. I saw Roman Reigns just getting handed everything, even though he sucked nuts, and Vince McMahon just constantly shoving him down everyone's throat. And I see this guy on the side, Dean Ambrose, just every weekend and every week out, just looking weird. He comes out with wet hair through the crowd, stinky looking. I never understood what people liked about him. And now he's here, he's the champion. And he's a draw.
So,
okay, he's not my draw. I wouldn't pay for him, and I didn't pay for him. I didn't buy that pay-per-view for John Moxley, not Sean Moxley, not John Moxley, not John Moxley. I didn't buy that pay-per-view for him or nobody. I bought that pay-per-view for Chris Jericho.
I got it. So to explain it to you a little better, John Moxley is coming from a character known as Dean Ambrose. Now, Dean Ambrose was this psychopath. You could not predict his movements at all.
Good guy, bad guy, or just ambiguous.
He attacked a man with the hot dog cart, from what I heard.
Ain't no dipping
I'm
dots.
telling you, like it was to the point of it was so much of a gray area. He went from good to bad to ugly, good to bad to ugly. You couldn't tell what he was doing. He was the embodiment of psychopath. Is what he was.
Okay.
It was like, is he a good psychopath? Is he a bad psychopath? No, he's just fucking crazy. So he takes that character and he's sliding into this badass character of Stone Cold, like a Stone Cold, but more of like a hardcore Holly Stone Cold. I'm a badass. I can whip ass. At the same time, I'm a little crazy, and he's blending it in. He's not jumping from one to the other. He's blending, which works because you can't. The thing I like about John Moxley the most is he's not forgetting that he came from the biggest promotion in WWE, and he's moving that to AEW, and he's building upon that. And he's always saying, you know what, we came from that shitty big-time company, and we built up this new company from the ground up. And that's why he's so passionate when he tells everybody, we brought back pro wrestling, not just me. I'm with you guys. This is the sport that I love, because he was so stifled in WWE with his creative ability, and AEW just lets him go wherever, which is awesome. And that's what he needs to do.
Do you think
John Moxley is a new embodiment character of this Dean Ambrose, I think it's like a mix of a bunch of characters that he likes and what he was. When he was in NXT and he was being brought up, he was a crazy, hardcore legend kind of character. Now he's kind of mixing things, and he's shaping things. He's not jumping from characters to characters like, say, like a Mick Foley, Dude Love, Mankind, Cactus Jack kind of thing. He's molding his characters slowly and mixing them over. And that works because as an audience, we don't forget that you were Dean Ambrose. We know that. And we don't forget that you were John Moxley. We love the fact that you embrace all those characters and bring them into one. And that's what makes John Moxley special, and that's why he's the top draw. That's John Moxley for you in a nutshell.
Do you think that that we as fans of AEW need to worry about John Moxley getting the coronavirus, walking through that crowd, and dying with that belt?
Say that again?
I'm saying, do you think that we as fans need to worry about his carelessness and his recklessness just walking through the crowd, not using his proper sanitizer? Got his wet, dirty hair just dripping.
I think we got to worry about Hangman more than that, brother.
Hangman got the cowboy
didn't he just
shit.
get his ass whipped? He just got his ass whipped, but good coming through the crowd the other night.
You gotta use that hand sanitizer. You can't get that coronavirus. And it's probably in that dilly juice. All I'm saying is Hangman's got the cowboy shit. He ain't getting no coronavirus. Dean Ambrose looks like he created the coronavirus out of his sweat dripping down his neck.
Oh my God.
That's all I gotta say. Dean Ambrose is he just gotta go. I think they should just release him, let him go on, take his contract back WWE, so we can move on with the story, get that belt back on Jericho, because Jericho, he come on out, and I love his new thing. Is he says stuff like "suck ass" and "shut your ass." I don't know where it coming from, but he loves the ass, and he's saying it every week. You shut your ass and you suck ass. And the crowd even got into it. Crowd starts saying, "You suck ass, you suck ass." It was clear as day. Y'all hear it? Clear as day.
I heard it, brother.
And did you hear the Moxley sucks chants in the middle of that? Okay, did you hear them? They started saying Moxley sucks, and then what did Moxley do? That's when he's turned it around. He said, "I'm done. I'm sick of hearing you talk." But he kind of smirked a little bit because he looked up at the crowd. He's seeing all the Moxley sucks. You know what? This is an interesting thing here because one of the things we got to talk about real quick at the pay-per-view. Chris Jericho.
Ain't nothing real quick with you, brother.
Oh, but this is important because I know you like this. Chris Jericho come on out. Chris Jericho come on a pay-per-view to acquire. Fucking, it's like a rock concert.
You gotta love that theme song coming in with Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but
man.
did you see the choir?
Even if you don't like him,
did you see the choir?
Yeah, see the choir.
The lady singing.
That was a good touch.
No,
that was probably the best entrance he's ever done.
Yeah.
In his whole career.
He even said it.
I mean, that and then his entrance as Y2J in 2000.
When he came out, Y2J, that was one of the best entrances in the history of wrestling right there. But
I'm just saying, but this one tops that for me. I mean, because he's already established.
Well, the Y2J was different, though, because we knew but we didn't know. We didn't have the internet like we had today, where people knew it was going to be Jericho, but we were not 100% sure, just like we are not 100% sure that the Exalted One is Chief J Strongbow. You know, we're not 100% sure that's the case.
Get the fuck.
Is he still alive? I don't even know. But long story short, and I want to touch on this right here because I guess what happened after those girls, the choir comes out, they sing his theme song, the whole entire stadium singing the enemy, the bad guy's theme song. They love it. And the music even cuts out, and the entire crowd singing in unison. It's just amazing. I watched her on Twitter. Chris Jericho says, "You did just fine. You did a good job. It was amazing." Telling her, the girl, the leader of it. Turns out people on the internet suck ass. Okay, because they went out and they attacked all these women because they're a little bit bigger boned, and I think that sucks. I think that's what people need to do is look in the mirror because most people are ugly. Okay, most people are ugly.
Well, I mean, internet's full of jackasses.
Yeah.
We all know that. That's just you just got to get over that shit.
Most people ugly. But, we do our hair. You know, we put gel. We I'm pretty decent.
I know.
But
you can't fix your teeth though.
We don't need to here. But most people are ugly. That's all I'm going to say. And we do our best to present ourselves good. And then they go on the internet and they say to people, you're fat, you're ugly, you're fat, you're ugly. But look in the fucking mirror because Chris Jericho come on out like a superstar. He is a superstar. He's number one. And to me, he's still champion. He says it perfectly. He says, I don't need a belt. Yeah, man. I don't need a belt.
So what about that first match? Let's jump right into the first match.
He says, I don't need a belt to be Le Champion. And I don't have my belt with me. And I say the same thing.
Look, Le Champion is Jericho. We got that. I can't wait till he comes back. But we all know he's wrote himself off. What a creative way to do it. Let's move on to SCU, Colt Cabana versus the Dark Order. I mean, I thought we were going to get to see the Exalted One. What about y'all?
Damn it. You're going to bring it right down. We're going to bring it right down. I was going to talk about how much I love this Colt Cabana character. He's just like...
The happiest pro wrestler known to man.
Doing moonsaults. He's got got the best gosh damn pin I ever laid eye on. Did
Oh
you see
my-
that? He's like,
Yeah.
You know that. And for the people that, you know, just so because people,
I loved it.
not new listeners here. Colt Cabana, I guess he's a big time underground wrestler. Come on out. He had a debut match. Join up with the SCU 4-on-4 tag match against Dark Order. Big storyline. One of the biggest storylines we've been talking about for months is who's the Exalted One, the leader of the Dark Order. We know Matt Hardy's contract's up, but right before, and we know he signed with AEW. Did a goddamn video with the two guys from AEW. But before that, before the pay per view, yeah, the Bucks of Youth. So before the pay per view, they had the SCU versus the Dark Order. They did a little match, and Christopher Daniels dressed up in a goddamn Dark Exalted One outfit. Come on out! Everyone's like, "Oh shit! It's the Exalted One!" And then he beats up the Dark Order. Colt Cabana, come on out! That's when he got his little pop. And then they had this match come on out, 8-man tag match, probably a decent match. I mean, it was SCU. Unbelievable every time they're in the ring, but the Dark Order and Evil Uno just have the natural skill.
Okay, so if you look, what did you think about the match itself between SCU, Colt Cabana, and the Dark Order? The whole match as a whole. What y'all think?
I could do without
Alpha,
this
what you
Colt
think?
Cabana, but I want to hear Alpha talk about Evil Uno a lot.
Honestly, brother, I thought the match wasn't bad. I thought they started the card off pretty good. It was a 4-on-4 match. You don't see that all the time. And they had this Colt Cabana character. I had no idea about him. I knew that he had he runs this site called ProWrestlingTees.com. Check it out.
Oh, so Colt Cabana's the owner of that site?
I think so.
Yes, sir.
Conflict of interest much or what? Kind of like Cody Rhodes trying to get a title shot. What the fuck?
And but he comes out and he steals that whole show for me, brother. He's how tall do you think he is? 6'8",
5'9", 5'4". I don't know.
Probably 300 something pounds, and this superstar, straight up superstars coming out, moonsault, doing a triple back dive 900 on these jabronis. I can hear an echo.
God. His old big ass out of shape. He was moving. He was
doing it with the biggest goddamn smile on his face.
Where's that echo
He
coming
couldn't have
from?
been happier being in that ring.
You just walked down an alley.
He had that pin. He went over on the Dark Order, and then we get what we all wanted. Nothing.
We get that Evil Uno coming out. He said, it didn't go the way it was supposed to. I'm so pissed. As the Exalted One, I'm mad at Evil Uno for losing.
He's been saying he's near.
You know,
can you guys hear an echo?
Oh yeah.
I can't hear one. I'm good.
So
what did you think there, Jimmy T? Who's the Exalted One? Are we gonna stay with Matt Hardy? Or are we picking somebody different?
Okay, so part of this goes along the lines with Jake the Snake. We got to dive into that because this is a combo ordeal. We talked about this. Alpha and I were on the side, ready to fist fight about this shit because I felt one way, he feels the other.
Okay, real quick before you jump into Jake the Snake, hold on. Big Swole beats up the Librarian. It was one side of victory. End of story. Move on. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So then Cody Rhodes comes on out, and he starts saying, MJF, I'm not done with you. Crowd's agreeing. The crowd's like, no. And he says, you whipped me, you beat my ass, and now you're going to come out here, and you have to admit that you did it cleanly. Oh,
that was so great.
And literally the first note. Now, we Alpha and I talking, we're saying, wouldn't it be cool if Jake the Snake was the Exalted One? And there's an echo. There's an echo.
Okay.
It's coming from you, Rick, I think.
From me? I don't know how to fix it. I'm just a referee. I'm not an audio
Do you have
technician.
a speaker? Does anyone have a speaker going on in the background?
No, sir.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hear me? Holla, holla.
Ricky's the only one without an echo. Ricky, mute your mic for 1 second.
All right, hold on. How do I do that? Let me find this damn mute button.
I'm just a talent. I don't know anything else. All right. Now there's no echo. It's Ricky. Ricky, you can unmute.
Gosh damn it, Ricky.
The referee fucked up again.
I don't care that we have an echo. I don't care about the fans watching. I just want them to know it ain't me this time. That's all. That's why we did that little ordeal right there. But no, the truth is, okay, so Cody comes on out, and he's saying, blah, blah, blah. Jake the Snake comes on out. And Alpha and I have been talking, would it be cool if Jake the Snake was the Exalted One? We were like, holy shit, that'd be crazy if that Swerve, right? But then right there, the Exalted One doesn't come out during the Dark Order match. And now we got Jake the Snake talking about darkness. But he ain't talking about the Exalted One. And I read online, and I did a little snooping around, and I think his client is going to be one of a few different people. Okay, it might be Matt Hardy, it might be this Ray Phoenix or whatever the fuck. Not Ray Phoenix. They announced some guy, Storm or something.
That got red and black guy.
Yeah,
big
boy. But Brody Lee, Luke Harper. He's done. He's coming over to AEW. Pretty much a sign saying he'll deliver. He would be the perfect protege for Jake the Snake Roberts. In WWE, he was a weird character. Always happened to follow somebody rather than lead. But I guess his character along the way back in the day, he has a lot of underground, if you will, as Brody Lee. People love him, I guess. To me, he just looks like a guy in jeans and a white beater.
Oh no, sir,
Kind of guy. I want him out there working on my yard, But
that man has mic skills for days.
And that's
mic skills for days.
And that's why we picked up Ricky the Dragon right here. Ricky, tell us about his mic skills. Tell us why that'd be a good pairing with Jake the Snake.
So he took in the indie scene. Brody Lee took a trucker, a nasty trucker gimmick, and went to town with it and got over unbelievably. I mean, this
as a heel, right?
As a heel and a face, both ways. He went both ways with it.
I do too.
I bet you do. All that corn.
I've never heard of him.
I mean, you're missing out. I mean, what WWE took from Brody Lee was unforgivable. I mean, this man had charisma for days. They just seen a scraggly looking guy, a big scraggly looking guy.
He got that big old beard, and they put him in the Wyatt family.
And that did him such a disservice. He started showing his little thing with the Bludgeon Brothers, and then they cut it, and then he zapped his creativity. That's what WWE does.
And I think that he would be a good because of his style, his character, and what I've seen of him, pairing him up with Jake the Snake to go and go after Cody Rhodes, because he's a big name. He's one of the guys that they're talking about title contention. I don't know if he ever won the belt in WWE, but it's a way to take MJF and move him on to something else, and then bring in somebody else to take on Cody Rhodes. And they did it right away. And it's just overnight, just like that. Now MJF is one and done. He got his victory, and now he can move on. Cody Rhodes over here talking about Jake Snake. Jake Snake says, a smart man told me never to turn your back on someone that you respect and trust. And he just turns his back on him and walks away, throws the mic. Jake Snake is top tier. He's one of the best in the business. He slipped up a little bit, but I think nerves probably got the best of him. And we're going to see some good stuff coming out of Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake has the best ring psychology I've ever seen in a wrestler. No doubt in my mind.
A heel perspective for sure, brother.
I mean, you just can't get better than Jake the Snake.
Yeah, I loved what he had. I wish he would have had a little bit more air in his lungs. He got tired walking out to the ring, but he needs to get on that DDPY again.
That's how Jake the Snake used to talk.
He laid it on Cody.
That's how Jake used to talk in his interviews. He didn't come back in his day. They didn't come out to the ring and talk. They did their promos in the back. Jake did his promos. He'd whisper, and he'd get there real close. He'd say, "All right, Ultimate Warrior. Now you looking at a room over there. Now what you see? You keep on walking forward there, Ultimate Warrior. Ha! I'm the snake. Never trust a snake." That's how he would do it. So he's in the middle of the ring. He don't know, and they got to crank up his volume a little bit. But man, he slithers out. He slithers back, and I can't wait to see him again. I call him a good buddy.
What a snake wants, a snake takes.
Some people I just look at, I say, if we bet, we'd be good friends. Jake the Snake and I, good friends. Alpha, what do you Alpha? How do you feel about all this stuff going on with the? I want to hear your voice on this Dark Order, the Exalted One, all this stuff we're just talking about here. It's all package deal.
What do you want to know about?
Just what do you see? What with the Force side? What do you think's happening?
Yo, I like that angle you had that the Exalted One might be Tony Khan, but I'm hoping it's Cornswoggle. I'm hoping it's Tony Khan. I was hoping it'd be Jake the Snake because I seen him post on Twitter earlier that day. But I like the way the Dark Order's going, but I'm going to stick to it. Those guys are shit in the ring.
They are. They are shit in the ring.
Yeah.
But sometimes just slip on shit, you break your neck, and that's how they get.
So what do you think about this? What do you think about this, guys? AEW and its heels staying dark. Like all the heels are dark except for MJF. Like you got the Dark Order, you had the Nightmare
Collective.
Collective.
Too much of a heel. I think MJF's pretty much a straight and narrow kind of guy. Just does it the way he needs to. When he talked about it in his interview, his promo, wearing that shirt, I pinned Cody. I mean, he did. He did. It's not a lie. Okay. But what I think about it is, I think
That was about as arrogant as a neck tattoo, right?
and you're frozen in a perfect spot right now because you look imposing, Ricky. You look strong, like a strong referee.
You look dark.
Dark. You're the Exalted One. I knew it. But
Damn, you caught me.
I think we talked a lot about this. We can move on from it, but I think just the key thing here is that we're still speculating, and a lot of people are saying, even though the Dark Order sucks, this was a great story to keep them relevant, and even Alpha was so excited to find out who the Dark Order,
I was.
But that leads us to.
It made me rock soft. Or whatever the opposite of rock hard is. Whenever they didn't show by the end of the episode, gosh.
Like mouse on the top of a rock.
So soft.
So real quick, we had a match with Chuck E. T versus PAC.
Woo!
The long story short here, pretty decent match, just a good back and forth. But the long story short here is we got ourselves a new triple tag team going along with the triple tag team of the Best Friends. You got the Best Friends and the Orange Juice, and then you got yourself PAC and the Luchadors, and they are the Death Triangle.
Lame name.
AEW loves shapes, man. You got the inner circle, now you got the dark triangle. I'm looking for Squares or Us next.
I think that's a shitty name. I think I do like this PAC. I think this is gonna be good for him. Get him on the screen.
How did he not get knocked out? How did he not get knocked out with Chucky Taylor dropping him on his head from the corner like he did?
I think he got a stinger or something in that match because the finish in that was kind of awkward.
I mean, did you see him when he had him up in the corner and then dropped him?
That was a bump, bro.
Yeah, that was a sick one.
Wow. Man, hats off to PAC to shrug that off like that didn't happen.
And just to curtail, we had during the pay-per-view we had PAC versus the Orange Juice, and the whole thing with the Orange Juice saying that he's going to try, and the crowd loves this man, and he comes on out. He tried. He did a pretty good job. Made me think, PAC's going to lose, but of course PAC don't lose. PAC's one of the best in the business. He comes on in with that Falcon Arrow, does his thing, drop on him, pin him 1, 2, 3. Of course, especially
rock bottom,
especially like we thought he would. Now, this is a good way for PAC to get over as a heel. The Luchadors, I don't understand. Ricky, you say they're the best tag team in the history of ever, and now you got yourself they're a trio. How do you feel about that trio?
I think the trio is very good. It'll give the Lucha Bros that dark heel heat that they need if they work it right. And AEW can work it right. And PAC needs to win. And that's what PAC's doing. When he beat Orange Cassidy, now he beat Chuck E. T, and he's going to move on and beat the next guy. And then they're going to get into this triple tag team tournament whenever that happens. And they're going to dominate that.
They've basically been calling that triple tag team tournament. We've been talking about that for so long. Alpha, what do you think? I mean, you see this. It seems like this whole night was made up of QT marshals and reasons for triple tag teams.
Fuck that Alpha Beast, but piece of shit,
brother. You called it a while ago. I don't care what old Mystic Rick says. You called this one. You're not an idiot all the time. You call this triple tag team belt. You called it from a mile away, brother. You've been saying it for a month. But, I mean, gosh damn, they're really queuing it up, and they're really making some interesting teams. And I got first dibs on picking Jurassic Express to win the whole gosh damn thing.
If Jurassic Express, if they don't win the triple tag team championship, that's going to be a sacrilege to the world.
You're crazy.
Luchasaurus is so gosh damn over, brother. You ask anybody, and that's their favorite wrestler of all time.
I always say stables are the
bigger than Orange Cassidy, bigger than Darby Allin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you crazy.
Yep.
Well,
crazy.
Luchasaurus is he's a presence in the ring. I like the idea with this triple tag team. I think that's what you see QT Marshall coming out with Cody Rhodes or Dusty Rhodes, and you see. I think you're going to see probably in the tournament itself. You'll probably see Kenny Omega and the Hardy Boys. I just don't know. They're going to do something. I think we're expecting good stuff to occur, and I do see those belts going on the Jurassic Express. But I do think that the trio of terror over here, the triangle, I think they got a chance because Pac probably has a clause in his contract to get that belt. So, it's a way to put a belt on three people at once.
Oh, yeah.
Sign those checks.
So what y'all think about this main event?
Go ahead, Jenny.
I just want to say I'm going to defer because I'm not a big fan of this Darby Allin. I don't think he looks good in the ring. I think he looks skinny with his little tiny panties.
Hush your whore mouth right now.
And I don't really have a whole lot to say about this tag match. It really wasn't a tag match. It was a Darby Allin getting himself devastated by the likes of the
Darby
best.
Allin about taking out two of the inner circle at once. It was about to be an inner crescent. Jericho was getting his ass kicked, and Sammy, whatever her name is, was getting her ass kicked too. And then when Darby Allin, he was in his corner, there was nobody to save him. And you know exactly what happened.
Hot tagged himself, motherfucker. Hell yeah.
To save his own ass, and then he laid the whack down right on their candy ass.
And I think that's cheating. Because Ricky froze again. Look at Ricky. Ha! Look at Ricky freeze. He's so excited.
Time, ain't he?
Look at this guy.
Damn right. Darby Allin hot tagging himself, whipping ass, taking names, diving out of the ring. What do y'all?
Darby Allin's like a little mosquito.
But it worked. Big pop has a big pink machine on that one, bro.
Oh my God.
I just got to point out because as we get to the nights, you got to think about this, right? Week in, week out, what is AEW? Week in, week out, AEW is the Inner Circle, and the Inner Circle devastated. Jericho said at the beginning of the show, "You're not walking out of here on your own 2 feet, and if you do, I'm gone for 60 days." Jericho ain't gone for 60 days because that old man, John Moxley, he can't come on out. He can't walk on his own. Guy's one eye for tendon. And now they pay the price because when Jericho found out that he didn't really only have one eye and that he had two, I think that was a breach of his contract or something. So that's all I got to say about this tag match.
I don't think so, brother. That was a damn good match, and it had me on the edge of my bed all night.
So real quick here.
And now, the high spot of the week.
You want that high spot of the week, huh?
I do, Ricky. I want to know of the week, which one was the highest of the spots?
The highest of the spots, in your words, has to be Darby Allin flipping over and taking Sammy Guevara, making him do a backflip over that top rope, climbing up to the top rope himself, and going about 16 feet in the air with a big-ass coffin drop on all of the Inner Circle. Woo!
Love that move, brother. I'm right there with you. That's my high spot of the week as well.
Did you see him do the coffin drop at Travis Pastrana's
I did.
Oh, yeah.
How high
backyard?
How high?
549 feet in the air.
Jesus God, he was falling for a good 5-10 seconds. Woo! All the way down to that foam pit.
I am gonna use. I don't like this Darby Allin one bit, but I am gonna say that's the high spot of the week. He didn't just do the coffin drop; he did a jump into the coffin drop backwards from the top of the rope I know about 5, 6 people. He landed it hard. It was a devastating maneuver, and
he almost killed all 5 of them at once.
Death, and that's why he's got half his face literally chewed down to the bone. It's scary, and I don't understand how he's just not leaking blood out one half of his face.
Oh, he was.
On this high spot thing, though, I got to give old Applebee's some credit. When he got to the top,
Eating
and he did a
in the
900,
neighborhood.
a 980-degree flipper-rooney straight into that swanton bomb, brother. That was all right for a guy they just picked up at Applebee's that was waiting busting tables, bro.
And now,
That was a big ass dude to be doing all that.
He is a big man, that QT. He is a cutie, though, I do think. But promo of the week, that's got to go to Big Small.
It ain't a question.
It's Jake the Snake all
Big
day.
Small. Come on, bro.
Jake the Snake, come on out, give the promo of the week. He just opened his mouth. He just goes, promo of the week, Jake the Snake. That's all he's got.
You're right. He got a huge pop out of me, brother. I thought he was going to come out as the exalted one. He wasn't. Not that we know of yet, but he still laid it right on Cody's candy ass and put him right in his place.
Not to go.
I like Cody.
Not to go
but
too
I think
far.
that neck tattoo is stupid.
It is. He's getting a lot of heat on the internet. People making fun of him.
I hope that's fake.
If you know, it's not.
It is not.
It's not. But go watch that. I sent you a clip of the Being the Elite. I never watched that before. I watched it first time the other day. It's actually really good, funny. About 25 minutes long. Pretty long video, but they get into the whole detail. He tried to reveal it, and they wear a scarf, and they made fun of him in real life, like behind the scenes, recorded it, and Cody seems to be.
I'm sorry to take it back to Jake the Snake. When Jake looked at Cody and said, "I don't want the whole pie. I just want your share."
That was nice.
Jake had history.
Perfect line.
Jake had history with Dusty Rhodes. I believe they were on the same Survivor Series squad at one point when Jake was a good guy. I don't think they ever crossed paths in WWE, WWF during a big storyline or anything. I don't think Jake and Dusty ever did that. But I think it would be pretty funny if they started, building into that about how he was better than your daddy and stuff like that. I think Jake needs to just go for the jugular because he ain't got nothing to lose. But I think Jake needs to take.
Jake did have some fights with Arn Anderson though.
He did.
Him and his one-trick pony.
People are saying,
I forgot about that. He called his ass out.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
and
he
people
did.
are saying that they'd love to see some Arn Anderson versus, or at least a verbal spat between the two. Because Arn Anderson's a quiet man these days, but he used to give some very, very subtle and deep, hardcore comments. But I think what Jake needs to take a razor blade just like this one right here, right? And just right down the center of his tongue during a match and split that tongue up so he can be a snake.
I actually know somebody who has that.
It don't surprise me, Alpha. The things you get yourself into, I'm sure that you know a couple people with a snake tongue.
Well, when you got millions and millions of people following you, asking you for your autograph every day, you meet some people, brother.
And that's why you'll be the first to get the coronavirus in this one.
And now,
No,
the
that's why
storyline of the
you're
week.
so lucky you popped that up right there.
I don't got the controls.
The first one I'll be is on Sean Spears' team, so you better get yourself right. What was it? Storyline of the week? I'm going first. I don't even care what you say.
Tell me.
My storyline of the week is Jake the Snake. Who's he working for, and what's he doing, brother?
That's right. Yeah. I agree. I want to see this client. Is it going to be Angel, or is it going to be Brody, or is it going to be somebody completely different?
It's going to be one of these three. It's going to be this Angel dude or somebody. It's going to be something. But I'm interested. And this came out of nowhere because we were just literally just the other day saying, talking about Matt Hardy, and then all of a sudden it's like Jake the Snake might be it. And that was just speculation, and I didn't even see anything on the internet about it. We were just talking. We saw a tweet, and I was like, "That'd be pretty fucking cool." And then he comes on out.
What if it's a guy from the Nightmare Collective? What's his name?
Luther.
Shit.
Luther?
Yeah, Luther. What if it's Luther?
I got him on my list of.
I
got him on my list of where the fuck have he been? Luther. Mel.
I mean, because he is dark. Yeah. He doesn't talk very well, so he needs a manager.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be the talker. We got to get a manager of the Exalted One's going to have a Exalted one, and then the hierarchy is going to keep going up till we have.
No, they're not all in the
himself.
same. No, Jake said he's going to bring the dark side out. He didn't say he's going to bring the Dark Order.
So you're saying
He said dark
Jake
side.
might be Luther's. Okay, I can see that.
I mean, the play on these words could go any direction, and that's why it's such a good storyline.
He said.
I know.
He says.
Are they going to Nightmare Collective? Are they going a different direction? I thought he was coming out and being MJF's manager, but who knows? We'll see. That's why I'm so intrigued with that storyline.
One of the things that we were talking about here, they were saying when he says he's going to rise like a phoenix.
Oh yeah.
The person that I'm referring to, I'm looking him up here so I can, because he's on the.
Yeah, Dumbledore. Yeah.
Dumbledore?
Lance.
Yeah, Dumbledore. You know how he died and he came back as a phoenix? I think it's Dumbledore.
I ain't never seen it. But
Lance, check that out.
His name's Lance.
Lord of the Rings.
Lance Archer. And Lance Archer's he's on the website. He's got a 0-0 record. He's got a phoenix tattoo on his arm.
He's a big dude. He's like 6'8" too, man.
And he's wearing that red and black like Cody Rhodes or Dusty Rhodes and the QT Marshall. So he might just come on in and be Lance Banana or something. But anyways,
he's
I'm
actually
with you.
the Outback Steakhouse guy.
I got my baby back.
His gimmick, he comes out, he flips a steak up in the air, and medium rare, just how I like it.
Bloomin' onion.
And now, the bump of the week.
God.
Ricky, give us your bump of the week.
We already heard it, brother.
Yeah. I kind of tip my cap to this guy right now. It has to be, without a doubt, Pac taking that shot straight to the head from Chucky T in the corner. I mean, that would have put me out forever. I would have been no good. Done. I would not have gotten up. There's no way in hell.
That's a heck of a move. But Alpha, who you got?
So my bump of the week is going to be old John Moxley when they took him back. Brother, they were getting some shots in on his candy ass.
Yeah, they
with
were.
That trash can, they threw that. They were hitting him with the lid or that cover thing. They were getting some licks in on him. I felt bad for him.
Oh yeah.
Well, the definitely for me the bump of the week is going to have to be from Mr. Smiley, Guy Smiley. That finishing maneuver, the Chicago Skyline. What he does, he gets on the corner of the rope, got the guy up on his shoulders like this, like he's going to do Death Valley Driver, and just fucking drops him. Just drops him right in the corner.
Right onto the rope.
Bam! Right on the corner of the ropes. That looked pretty rough. Just the whiplash alone probably hurt. But then that pin.
I love that pin.
Getting pinned with that pin is probably a bump in itself. So I say that for right there. Cole Cabana bump of the week.
No name.
I don't even know who he pinned, to be honest. I don't even know who it was. But whoever took
It was
that
probably one of them nobodies in the Dork Order.
Yeah, probably.
We don't even know who those two guys are. They joined that squad, and they were like, "Oh, such and such joy. Who is it?"
And while we're on the topic, I gotta say, okay, the Exalted One majors be Ibar and Eric, because they're over here getting ran out of storyline, and the WWE is just pissing me off. I got tickets. I got tickets. No, because this is important. I got tickets to fucking WrestleMania to go see my man come down the aisle. And just out of nowhere, they give the belts to the other guys fucking to write them out. Now the belts are on some other tag team. Seth Rollins loses the belts. What the hell's going on? You're going to deprive Jimmy Thompson of watching his man come walking down the aisle in a fucking Viking outfit.
Calm down. Your boyfriend will be there when you're done.
No, it's not fair.
Never get between Jimmy Thompson and his man.
It is not fair to me.
And now,
take that
the
Viking
match
horn
of
straight
the
up your
week.
ass.
You will if you knew what's good for you. Match of the week, I'm going straight in, and I'm going to say the match of the week is QT Marshall versus Jay Hager.
You can't even keep a straight face with that shit.
You should have went even lower and said Big Swole versus leaving the building. Gosh, get out of
here. Take your books and go. Jericho and Sammy versus Darby Allin, match of the week from me. But I think Darby did get his ass kicked. Jericho is great. He had him in the walls of Jericho. Darby Allin got out of the walls of Jericho. Okay, that right there. But just a hell of a match. Good back and forth. A couple good matches on this, but very weak from a match standpoint. We've seen a lot better in AEW. I didn't even want to pick a match of the week, but if I did have to, I'd pick Cody Rhodes. Jericho and Sammy versus Darby Allin. And Moxley really didn't do shit, so he didn't get credit.
It was a handicap match.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that one. And hats off to Darby Allin for taking that bump, diving out and getting hit with the Judas effect.
Oh, that was a good bump, brother.
Holy crap!
That was a good spot.
Man, did he take it? He took it straight to the temple. That man, you can't fake that. I don't care who you are. You can't fake that. You just can't.
Yeah, no question. With the card this shallow, definitely that was the match of the week. And that tagging himself in, I like the storytelling in that match.
That made you bust, didn't it?
Oh, I bust.
And now, the superstar of the week.
Oh, man.
Alpha.
I mean, I'm going to go right out and say it. Colt Cabana is my superstar of the week. When I'm watching this and immediately following the match, I'm texting my best friend like Ricky and my worst enemy like your candy ass right there that I got me a new favorite wrestler. Gosh damn it. You gotta believe Colt Cabana. He came in with not even just a splash. He made a frog splash.
Rick is frozen again, and look at his face.
Look at my face. Look at my face right now.
He's perplexed. He's perplexed at your choice.
That's how I feel on your pick, you crazy son of a bitch.
Colt Cabana. Oh, my gosh. He's a superstar if I've ever seen one. I love him. I want to take him out.
I prefer to my face.
Ricky, who do you have for your superstar of the week?
I mean, it's got to be the guy who has the high spot of the week, the best match of the week, and the most over in the company right now. It's Darby Allin once again. Darby Allin is head over heels better than anybody in the fucking company right now. Can't get better than Darby Allin. You just can't. That's
the thing I like most about that. The thing I like most about how big of a superstar he's becoming is in WWE, he'd be nothing. Vince would just put him. Vince would keep him out.
Yep.
He's not big enough. He's not tan enough, you son of a bitch. Look, get out of here, Vince. This man's a superstar.
Yes.
Let these people grow.
Yes. Preach, Alpha, preach.
That was pretty good, son of a bitch. Very similar.
Pretty good Vince.
That was a pretty good Vince.
I do a pretty good Vince.
You do.
Son of a bitch.
I'm going to say right now, Alpha. I'm going to say right now. I'm going to look you in the eye. And I'm going to say, you're better at Vince McMahon than the Tangent.
Gosh damn right, brother. Because I got one on this sharpshooting capability. You son of a bitch.
Because I think Tangent sucks.
Oh, man. What do you got there, Jimmy T?
I'm going to be honest with y'all, okay? If you can't pick Jake the Snake Roberts as Superstar of the Week, understanding everything this man's been through in his entire life, the guy was almost dead multiple times, lost almost everybody in his family. His whole daughter hates his guts. I watched a video many years ago called Beyond the Mat. Met Terry Funk myself, shook his hand. Watching those videos from back then, and you see some of these guys like Mick Foley and Terry Funk and Jake Snake, and just the way that they've destroyed their lives, their bodies, their entire memories. To see Jake come back, and he looks, let's be fair. Come on, Jake looks a little weak. He don't look like Jake of old, but Jake is old, so Jake gets to be whatever the fuck he wants, and he comes on out. He can't even lift his left arm, basically. His jacket's way too big for his body. But that's the thing. He's supposed to be this slithery, slimy, not looking all put together. He's supposed to be this thing, and that was probably pretty nerve-wracking. Now, when you watch he do his interviews, when he goes on these talk shows and stuff, he does podcasts a lot. He loves to talk, and he talks shit. He has no problem saying stuff like Hulk Hogan's a fucking asshole. Like, straight up, he just says it.
I love it.
And, so it's a dangerous thing to put that guy in the ring, put him on the mic. You never know what you're going to get, because he honestly has nothing to lose. Guy said multiple times, ready to kill himself. Think he should have been dead many times. But he's not dead. He's one of the best promo guys in the history of promos. He's one of the best all-around presences. When you say Jake the Snake, everybody knows who the fuck Jake Snake was. Doesn't matter if you're, valedictorian in high school or, the jock Cousteau. Fucking everybody knows Jake Snake. You just say the name Jake, a lot of people just want to say the Snake, right? It's just the way it goes. And that's because that man has the delivery of a superstar. What I want to see out of Jake Snake is more. I want to see more of Jake Snake. And I think we're gonna. Now, there's another thing, another piece of this puzzle here that goes along with a lot of this stuff. And Superstar of the Week, Jake Snake. Sean Spears. Okay, Sean Spears, we got to get a glimpse. And so, in line with Superstar of the Week, Sean Spears looking for a superstar of his own. He's saying, give me a tag team partner. Because we saw months and months ago, we saw when we first started this thing, probably way back in the Ides of January. We talked about Sean Spears saying, oh, this guy's going to be good. He's got Tully Blanchard as his manager. Since then, we've seen Arn Anderson come out. We've seen all this storyline go progress. Sean Spears disappears. Alpha, you're going to be his fucking tag team partner, aren't you?
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. He's been messaging me for about 4 weeks, ever since he took his little hiatus. And I keep telling him, brother, add about 4 zeros to that offer, and I'll think about it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
Jimmy T, are you available?
I'm applying. If you want to know the truth, Jimmy T. Tony Khan came to me. He says, "Come on, Jimmy. We can't just keep having Sean reach out to Alpha. We got to make this a ball game, okay? Put your name in the hat." So I did.
I mean, I would put my name in the hat, but I don't want to, jump in front of everybody.
Ricky, wake up.
I have a change.
You're sleeping.
You there?
I'm here.
You're sleeping.
Can you hear me?
You're sleeping. How you talking? No, I just want to say, I want to bring that up, not to draw the show out another 25, 30 minutes, but I want to say that Sean Spears has a cool angle coming along, talking about getting himself a tag team partner, and I think the Alpha and myself, we're gonna go ahead and put our names in the hat, see which one he's picked, because it can't be anybody else. It has to be one of us. So we'll be Superstar of the Week. That's how I.
Let the better man win. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be me.
Can't buy a better man than Jimmy T right here. So, with all that being said, I think we're about due for a wrap up here.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I just saw.
Good luck.
Make it quick.
I mean, I'm just going to say this real quick. The numbers are in. AEW, 906,000 viewers. NXT, 718,000, brother. We're winning by 200,000.
Fucking right.
Well, that's the way it's going to be for here on in. Because,
all right.
Hold on one second. That's the way it's going to be because, quite frankly, we are rating the president.
Elite. Oh, I thought you were going to say we are the elite. Well, brother, I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be doing some Battle Royale Rumble. I'll probably be in there with Big Boss Man later, so you all come check me out. We're Winning Federation.
And I do want to say on behalf of my cousin, Kevin Lane, CEO, he's going to be doing a podcast. He's supposed to do it today, but for some reason, something happened, couldn't do it. He's about to announce the details of a tournament where someone's going to win a Switch and someone's going to win some gifted subs. So be on the lookout. It's going to be right here on Backlog Network, podcast Backlog. And look for it. Probably tomorrow sometime 4 p.m. Eastern. No, can't be 4 p.m. Eastern. He got to take his new dog to the vet. I don't even know what the hell. Probably tomorrow night. Ricky, what you got?
Yeah. I ain't got a damn thing. Podcast coming out on Thursday. MMA March is the best damn MMA podcast known to man. Get it.
Now get you some of that.